various methods of study. Hmm? What are various methods of study? Can you just list it? Name? Yeah. What are various methods? Reading aloud, writing, memorizing, self-test, question and answer method, discussion, listening, teaching, no words meaning, spelling. Did I teach you review?
Yes, sir.
Okay, review. Then daily studies, expression method, posture for study, prime time or best time, best place. Then timetable, right? Yeah. So then we have only maybe one more under that heading. It is following lectures. Following lectures. Following. Following. Following lectures. 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 What do you understand from that? When it's very simple. When the class is going on, listen to the class teacher, listen to the subject carefully. Be attentive in the class. Follow the lectures. If you listen to the class well, then almost half done. Half of your work will be done. Then use all what we have already learnt. Lecturing is the method which is often used by lecturers and teachers in college. College students cannot expect their teachers to feed them as they were fed during their school days. Now actually you are in college. You understand? You are college level students. We cannot teach you, or you are not of the age of the children. Therefore we are not considering you as children to feed you. It is expected of you that you will be fast in learning, not just spoon feeding, right? Spoon feeding, like each and everything. It is that is for the children. Okay. Now what is expected of you? You should be quick in learning and thinking and writing. We don't need to tell you, okay, write down. That is in the primary school classes we will do. Okay, write down. No, you must know when to write down, what to write down. That is expected of you at this age. So whenever you feel this needs to be write down because it's a point. You must be able to identify good points, good thoughts, the main points, something that you need to remember all the time. All these things you should recognize it. Not the teacher should say, write down now. No, that age is over. Understood? So what you have to do, listen to the lectures in the class. College students cannot expect their teachers to feed them as they were fed during their school days. To follow the lectures in the class properly, the students will have to keep certain things in mind. How to follow a lecture in the class? First, the student must be very attentive and nothing should distract him or her. First thing, be very attentive in the class. Don't think about other things in the class. Don't think about your village, don't think about your friends, don't think about lunchtime, don't think about your other things. Avoid all kind of distraction and just concentrate in the class. Your full concentration must be given. When lectures are given, the students will naturally feel that it is very clear and understandable, and so does not feel to take notes of lecture. However, the student must note the lectures without any failure. Now another thing that you need to remember, writing note is so important. Making notes. While you listen itself, you should write your notes. One of our problems is when we listen to any sermon or any teaching, we think that we will remember, but after some time we will forget. You have that problem? Yeah, many times we think, that I can remember that, but after some time we will never remember. We must have forgotten that, and we won't be able to recollect it. So again, listening is another ability, right? So that will give you something to remember. Not all the things that you listen will remember, but many things that you listen will be remembered. But whatever you listen, if you write one time, then you will remember again more better than what you have learned, what you have heard. You will remember when you write. So while you listen, try to write down. Don't think that you will remember it. Most of the time we will not remember. So when you hear a good sermon, good preaching, when you hear a good thoughts, immediately write down anywhere, or in the class if it is in the paper. So that is very important. Writing notes while listening is very important for you to remember things. Okay. So don't trust your memory. Understood? Don't trust your memory. Means what? Thinking that you will remember. I can remember all these things. No. Because you are going to hear so many other things. You are not just hearing one thing. You are hearing many things. So one upon another is coming, and the first, what you heard the first time, you will forget. If I say only one thing, you will remember. Since I am saying many things, it is very difficult to keep all things in memory. That is why you need to write down. The students must develop the skill of listening and writing at the same time. You must develop the skill of listening and writing at the same time. Sometimes it is very difficult to develop that skill. Understood? Listening at the same time writing.
Yeah.
Okay. When I say the first sentence, you have to write that first sentence also, and by the time I am going to the second sentence, and you need to listen that second sentence also. You got it? Tinto, you got it? You got this? When I say the first sentence, you felt that it is very important. First sentence. Okay. First sentence, when I say, you felt it is important, and you are writing. Your teacher is not waiting for you to finish the writing. That your teacher is going on. He is continuing his speech. So what you have to do? You have to write down the first sentence and also continue to listen what he is preaching or teaching, or what he is speaking to us. That ability you have to develop, that skill, and it comes only slowly. It doesn't. No skill can be developed overnight. Always remember that. None of us will become Superman overnight. None of us will become great preacher or great teacher, great student just overnight. You understand that?
Yes.
Overnight, none of us will become skillful. So it takes time. It takes, you need practice. Practice makes a person perfect. So all the time, listen, write, continue that process many times, then you will be able to develop the skill. So practice the skill of writing while listening. Okay? You got that point, right?
Yes.
The student must develop the skill of listening and writing at the same time. This skill can be obtained through constant practice. Constant practice is needed. It will be impossible to note down every word that the teacher would utter. Now, it is impossible for a student to write down each and every word. Then what you should do? For the students must develop the technique of making short points on the spot. You got it? You must be able to write down the entire thought in a short sentence. You should develop your own technique. Maybe you can write the major idea first, then fill it later. You got it? Just follow the study methods. That is why we are teaching you this subject. How to improve your study skills. These are proven techniques. These are all techniques that are taught in the schools to the students. So it is a scientific method. None of us have got super ability. Some students are very smart. They just need to listen one time. They will remember all those things. But not everyone. All of us have got different methods of study. We learned so many methods, right? Some of it will be effective for you. Some may not be. Find out what is the best study method for you. What way, if I study, I can remember. For some, it is teaching method. If you teach somebody else the same thing, you will remember. For some people, it is writing. Okay, if they write one time, they will remember. For some people, it is discussion. Okay, if everybody sit together and discuss, they will remember. For some people, it is just listening. For some people, visualizing, seeing pictures and all those things. They will remember things. What is the best thing for you? That you need to find out by yourself. For me, the best method of learning is, I have many methods, but if I tell one thing to others, the same what I have learned, if I discuss it with somebody or just tell it to someone, I'll remember that one. It will stay in my mind. Understood? That is what my style. So I don't know what is yours. Okay? I think my daughter, she has got her method is writing. Whatever she learned, she will write. Okay? Or she will just look and write the same thing. And that help her to keep things in memory. So my son has got a good listening skill. He just need to listen, he will remember. See, both children are different. So what is your method? You need to find it out. We are introducing different methods of study skill. You just adopt what is the best one. So here what I am talking is listening to the lectures and writing note at the same time is another skill that you need to develop. Now you have heard, these journalists. Once upon a time, there was no recording mic. Have you seen those days? They had no recording mic. They had no mobile phone to record. So what they will do when there is a press meeting? When there is a press meeting, chief minister or the ministers or the person who is speaking will not wait. They will keep on talking. They will keep on talking. What the journalist will do? They will have a paper and pen. They will write down immediately, right? Next day in the paper, whatever they said, it will come. Nowadays we have recording phones. We can just record it. You can listen it again and write down. Now olden days that was not the practice. Olden days they used to make short notes. Short notes. Now for example, short notes. Now Old Testament. OT. You understand? Yeah. Holy Spirit. HS. Jesus Christ. So for some people it might not be satisfactory. My friend, I have a friend in Madhya Pradesh. His name is Monsi. He's very good in making notes. He can follow the lectures better than me. Especially when we were studying in the seminary, in the class of church history. History teacher will keep on talking because it's history, so many things to tell, so many things to cover that subject. So what the teacher will do, the teacher will tell the history like like a dam is broken, okay, water flowing, right? But we all will struggle to get him, catch him up. But my friend, he will be able to write it everything because he has got a method, a techniques of short notes, writing short notes. Okay, so it is for, let's say, for example, Jesus Christ. My habit is writing the full Jesus Christ. By the time, it takes time. But my friend will write JC, then he will go further. Okay. Then there are so many things. That is one technique, one method, writing short notes. That is possible only with some words, familiar words. New Testament, NT. Okay. Suppose many times what happens, we forget the reference, right? We will say Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11. By the time we write Jeremiah, we must have forgotten 29. Which one? What is the verse? You understand? So we always have a problem. We remember up to Jeremiah 29. Forgot. By the time we write, we must have forgotten verse 11. So what do you have to do first? Write the verse first. Then later you write the book. Because the book already will remember. The number is difficult for us. So right, if you listen to someone's message, somebody says Jeremiah 29 verse 11. What is more difficult to remember? The number. So write the number first, then later you write the book. Because book name will be there already. You will remember all the time. Then later you write Jeremiah. Like that you should have your own techniques. Got it? And if somebody said some long sentence, so write your own way. Try to write that big sentence in your own way. Don't try to write down every word that teacher says. Get the idea and write in your own sentence, your own way. That you need to practice. Rintu, you got? Yeah, you develop that one. For this, you need to have the listening skill and the writing skill. I will give you an assignment. Okay, I'm going to give you a video lecture, not now, some other class. And I am going to ask you to listen that sermon. And then you will have to write down the major points and everything. Let me know whether you will be able to listen it carefully and write it. Okay, that will be an assignment for you in the class. All right. Student must develop technique of making short points on the spot. Short points on the spot. When the lecturer lectures, the student must note down the important matters which will later enable him to remember the whole explanation. Now another thing that you need to remember, the short notes, the problem with the short notes, it will remain in your memory only for short time. Therefore, what you need to do? Your short notes are incomplete in a sense. Immediately after the class, you should revise it again. You should read it again. Make sure that you understand that one. Otherwise, you will actually what it is. You will think, I wrote down. I don't remember what is it. Right? Many times we write something, okay, something right, maybe 12:45. In my paper I am seeing 12:45. What is that 12:45 means? You just wanted to know the time, something I had to submit or anything. But 12:45 you forgot why did you write? That memory is only for short time. Therefore what you have to do? Once your class is over, go back to your note and complete the idea. Fill that vacuum. Fill that area where you need to complete and get full understanding on what you have already recorded. Otherwise you will forget what you have written there also. What is it? I don't understand. So writing short notes is a method of writing down all what the teachers are teaching, but short notes have got only short span of life. It has got only limited time, age. You understand? It will live only short time. Therefore, if you want that short notes to be live long, then immediately after the class, you have to fill it. You have to elaborate it. You have to make sure that you understand what you have written. Don't simply cross the note and go. You will not remember. Okay? So anything that is, every time you need to follow up what he have written. For the student must develop the techniques of making short points on the spot when the lectures, the student must note down the important matters which will later enable him to remember the whole explanation. Example, if the teacher gives an illustration in 5 minutes about the race in which a tortoise won the rabbit lost, then write on your book immediately the tortoise and the rabbit. Later when you sit to study, you will see this and will be reminded of the whole story. Now, that is a well-known story that you know. If the teacher tells you a story about the rabbit and tortoise, you know the story of rabbit and tortoise. They made a bet of running. Okay? Rindu, you know? Tinto, rabbit and tortoise having a match of running. So, who won the match? Tortoise won the match. What is the lesson? What is the message? What is the lesson that you can learn from that story? Not help each other. Where is helping each other there? No. Tell one more time. Concentrate. Concentrate. Okay, I can understand. I'll accept. Okay. What else? Very good attempt anyway. Concentrate. Yeah. Tell Libin. Don't underestimate other person. Okay. Don't underestimate your opponent. Okay. That is also there. Yeah. Then, why did the tortoise win the match? What made the tortoise to win the match? Think about it. What else? You can tell the story to children, right? And what message you are communicating? Let me learn. Have you told the story to little children? You should tell the next generation the story. Yeah. So what after telling the story, what you will tell the children? What is the moral story? Moral side of the story. Passion. Okay. What did you say? Passion or patience? Patience. Okay, patient. Yeah. Being okay. Passionate and being patient. Okay. Confidence. Think about it. There are so many things, not just one or two things. Don't underestimate your opponent. Come on, think. Let me. Come on, Firoz, think. You can tell in Hindi. Try to say in Hindi also. But tell him Hindi. What is your idea?
हम कभी भी जल्दबाज नहीं करना चाहिए. जल्दबाज में
Yeah, be serious about what you're doing. Okay? Yeah, come on. Again. Tindo, come on. What did the tortoise do? Think about the tortoise. Don't think about the rabbit now. Think about the tortoise. Now you know that a rabbit is faster than tortoise, right?
Yes, sir.
But what did tortoise do? Did the tortoise feel any complex? How can I run with you? You go and play with your own age people, with your own. The tortoise did not say that. Why did you come up? Why did you come to me to make a match? Is it possible? It is not at all possible to have the match.
Positive mind and overwhelming power.
No, positive mind. Okay. All right. So as Libin said, he did not. Don't underestimate your opponent. That is from the rabbit side thinking. Okay. So the tortoise did not have any complex. Oh, he cannot run fast. I am not like a rabbit. He has got more power. He can just jump. Take one leap, he will reach there. Okay, but tortoise cannot jump, right? Tortoise cannot jump. It has no ability like that. But what tortoise can do? Tortoise can take a small step, right? Small step. But rabbit, jumping step. Boom, 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 right? Tortoise cannot do like that. But the tortoise believed in its own ability. Okay? Tortoise believed, trusted its own ability. What is the ability of tortoise? It can slowly go, right? But slowly going was consistency. Learn that word, consistency. Write down. Okay? So you write down tortoise and rabbit. Tortoise spelling you know. Tortoise. 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 And rabbit. 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 So from that story, one of the major lessons that you can learn, you can win any race if you are consistent. Consistent means continuing. If tortoise ever thinks that he ran 100 meter, it was a 100-meter race, okay, but tortoise thought after 20 meter he stopped, right? Would the tortoise have won the match? No. Tortoise consistently did what he was doing. Continually did what he was doing. Tortoise was not worried about what rabbit is doing. Tortoise was thinking about his own work. He was not comparing himself with the rabbit. Understood? Tortoise was doing what he was able to do. And he did it consistently. Consistently, what is the meaning of consistency? Continually doing the same thing without failure. If Tortoise would have stopped it in between, he would not have won the match. So what is the lesson? In your life also, don't ever underestimate your own power. Don't ever feel complex about your study, about your ability. Whatever ability you have, The ability of tortoise and ability of rabbit are two different abilities. But whatever ability you have, whatever power you have, you just use that one. How to use it? Consistently use that. Consistently, continually use it. Don't compare yourself with anybody else. Very important lesson in your life. If you compare your life with anyone else in your life, you will fail in your life. Don't ever compare yourself with your friend, other church member, or anybody. I taught you in the, I don't know, I did not complete that PD class, personality development class. You are a unique person. There is only one Libin. There is only one Babylon. There is only one Rintu. There is only one Firoz. There is only one Tindo. There is only one Galileo. There is only one Lyju. There is no duplicate Lyju. You are unique. And God has designed you a unique way. No one has got your ability. There is a place for you in this world, and that place is for you. So no comparison should be done with anybody else. Don't compare your life with anyone else. Think that you are important, you are very unique. What you can do, only you can do that. You alone can do that. So don't feel very little. Don't feel too small in front of others. That is called, we call inferiority complex. Oh, I cannot speak English. Understand? Don't ever think like that. You can speak English. You can win the race. What is the principle? If you consistently learning the language, you should consistently do it. Some people will jump very far. They will be ahead of you. Don't worry about them. Let them go, no problem. Let them go. But you should not stop going on. You should never stop your journey. You should never stop your race. Keep on doing that one. Whatever little capacity you have, with that little capacity, keep on doing that. Your aim is to complete the race. That should be your aim. Understand? Your aim is to complete the race. What did I say? Your aim is not to win. Okay, let us win. We will win. It is the Lord who gives you the victory. Now I am talking spiritually now. It is the Lord who gives you victory. But victory is depending on your work, your consistency. Tortoise continually did it. Finally, Tortoise won the match. Why? Rabbit slept. Rabbit had overconfidence. Underestimated Tortoise. He will reach here only by tomorrow. Let me take the sleep. Let me go for a nap. Tortoise did not stop and take any rest. Tortoise slowly walked and won the match. So what should you do? Don't ever compare yourself with any elephant. Elephant, in the place of elephant, you should think about big people. Admit that you are a tortoise. That is also important. Think that you are not rabbit. Tortoise is tortoise, rabbit is rabbit. You cannot compare yourself with others. You are unique. You're with me. So learn consistently.
You said not to win, sir, but what it is? You said not, don't.
Okay. I said, your purpose in life, of course to win. But one of your life's purpose should be to complete what you have begun. One of your life's purpose is not to show anybody else that you won a race, but to tell it to yourself, I want to complete this, complete my ministry, I want to complete the running, not to win all the time. You see, you have seen the Olympics run people, right? You have seen the running race. They know that they already know one person have already reached, but there are other 10 people running. They can see that one person already completed it, but have you seen any runner stopping in between and going back, going aside? No. What they do, they finish it, right? They finish till that line. That should be our motivation. That should be our attitude. So what is the principle that you can learn from that story? Now I'm just giving a motivational speech now. Don't ever compare your life with anybody else. Don't underestimate your ability. Don't think that when you are a tortoise, don't ever think that you are a rabbit. I have the ability of tortoise. Don't worry about the ability of rabbit. Don't worry about the power of elephant. You are a tortoise, admit that fact. But you do what you can do. So what is the problem with many people? They think about others. They compare their life with the other people and think, they think that, oh, I don't have the ability of rabbit. I cannot run fast. I cannot learn all things. I cannot remember. Oh, look at that brother. Look at this brother. They are all scoring 100 mark. I am getting only 50 mark. Don't ever compare your life. But what you should do, you should work the way, you should not sleep. Understand? Don't sleep and complain God. Lord, why you gave me only 50 marks? The Lord will tell you why you did not win the race, because you slept. Understood? That's the point. So whatever ability God has given you, use it. Don't worry about others' ability, others' talent, others' capacity, others' wealth, others' beauty, others' anything. Just think about your own ability, your own capacity, and faithfully and consistently use it. Faithfully and consistently use whatever capacity and ability God has bestowed, given to you. Understood? Yeah, that is it. So consistency is very important from the story of tortoise and rabbit. So just to learn, suppose you heard the story of anything, okay? Just write the heading of the story, then write the bits and parts of the story, main points and the moral story, then learn consistency and all those things, okay? Consistency, working hard, don't compare, things like that. Okay, don't try to write all the sentences. Just pick up the important words and understand the whole story and fill it later. Okay, that's what you need to do in writing the notes.